Happy Monday! Welcome back to Drinking by My Shelf. Quick thing, I literally put off filming this video all weekend because I was feeling lazy and couldn't be bothered to put on makeup, and then I realised that's literally ridiculous because this is just my real face, so I'm just gonna film without makeup. This is the BookTube oldie tag, and you're gonna get words of wisdom like that. Film with your real face. It's your face after all. So we are actually combining two tags today. I was originally tagged in a video called the Not a BookTube Newbie tag. I was tagged in this one by Lee Reader. I will link to his channel below. And that original tag was created by Shelby Masako, so I will link to her original tag as well. I was tagged in this one years ago, and at the time I was tagged, I don't think I'd even been on YouTube for a year yet. And I remember being like, I actually still do feel like a BookTube newbie, so I didn't feel ready to do that tag. And I said, I will do that one once I hit a year. But then I forgot and a year went past, and now it's been 4 years, more than 4 years. So I'm officially ready to do the Not a BookTube taggy. What did I just say? Not a BookTube newbie tag. And also there is now a new similar tag that Monica Kim created called the BookTube oldie tag. So I'm gonna combine both of these. I will link to the individual original videos below, and I'm going to go through and answer all of the questions. I'm also wearing glasses that I don't need right now, just because I thought it fit the theme of me being a BookTube oldie, and I think that these glasses make me look like an old lady, so that's why I'm wearing these, even though they do nothing for my eyes. It's not prescription. They're blue light blocking glasses, you might have seen them. I was originally sent them for a sponsorship with Glasses USA, and I do wear them at the computer, but I'm just wearing them right now as fancy dress. So question 1 from each tag. From the Not a BookTube Newbie tag, the first question is how old is your channel, and from Monica's tag it's how long have you been part of the BookTube community. And for some people those answers might be slightly different because some people might have been watching BookTube and commenting and engaging with BookTube for a long time before creating their channel. For me the answers are exactly the same. I started 4.5 years ago creating videos, and it was when I uploaded my first video that I even discovered that there was a whole BookTube community. So those two things started at the exact same time, back in 2016. Okay, Shelby's question 2, what are your favourite videos to make? I actually answered this recently in a Q&A that I did on my Patreon, and my answer was kind of complicated. My favourite videos to film are this style, where I just sit down and chat to the camera. That's fun, and then it's all in one go, done. My favourite videos to edit are vlogs. Actually sitting down chatting to the camera for 45 minutes, that's the bit of filming that I find the most fun. Whereas vlogging is this constantly thinking about should I be filming this? How do I make this bit look interesting? It's a little bit harder. Whereas editing the sit down video isn't as exciting as editing together a vlog where I get to be a bit more creative. But if you want me to be more specific, I think my favourite videos to make are balancing the books. I like doing the little tilty scales and having all the numbers, and it makes me feel geeky. It's fun. Question number 3, what is one piece of advice you would give to someone wanting to join BookTube? Do it. That's the only advice that I can give. I don't think you need to follow any other particular paths into BookTube, or there aren't really any tips or formats that you should fit. I think just do it. There is enough space on BookTube for someone who's going to come in and shake up the game and do it totally different. There is also enough space on BookTube for someone who wants to come in and join in with making wrap-ups and hauls and those more popular formats. There is room for all of you, so don't overthink it. If you want to make videos, just do it. Since joining, have you run into any unforeseen challenges? I didn't foresee how much work it would be. I feel like I am constantly either doing my actual job or doing YouTube videos, and time to just relax or even just sit and read a book is becoming harder and harder to find. So I didn't foresee how much time I would end up spending on it. But other than that, I can't really think. There obviously are challenges, sometimes I had that time when my hard drive broke. There are technical challenges, but I wouldn't say they were unforeseen because before doing BookTube I had worked in video editing, so I knew those challenges would crop up at some point. What is a favourite book or series you've read because of BookTube? Oh my goodness, I mean so many. At least 50% of the books that I read now are because I heard about them on BookTube, and I think 50% is a very conservative estimate. It's probably more 90%. Hippo's come to join. There's fireworks going on and she's very afraid of them, so she's hanging out with me now. The next question was just overall, what is your favourite aspect about BookTube? And I just have to say the people. The other booktubers that I've met are amazing. I've made like genuine friends from BookTube, and we can now do like collabs and stuff together, which is really fun, but also have made friendships that go beyond BookTube. Like, we will just chat about our lives now, and like, you know, somebody like Emma Tobias, we met through BookTube, but she's now like a genuine one of my best friends. So that's definitely like the best thing. And then also the people in the community who aren't actively making videos but are still engaging. Like, it's so much fun to talk to you guys and hear what you think about things as well. Okay, then moving on to the rest of Monica's questions. Her question 2 is, what was your biggest misconception before starting BookTube? And I feel like I've answered this question before at some point, I can't remember when, but I didn't really have misconceptions before starting BookTube because I started BookTube before I heard of BookTube. Like, I just made a video about books and I uploaded it, and that's when I discovered there was a community. So I didn't have any conceptions, let alone misconceptions, in the first place. How do you think BookTube has changed since you first started? It's definitely changed a lot. I actually did a video for Book Break, which I will link to, about trends and how they've changed. We have seen such a rise of the like secret TBR style videos. In fact, those are now, I think, like the most popular videos that you see on BookTube is people doing a reading vlog of books that all fit a certain theme or setting themselves challenges. We see more and more of those. We see fewer and fewer of the like individual book reviews, though those I do think are making a comeback because people do say they like them. We see fewer tags in general, I think, though they are still going strong. I think it's changed and continues to change because it keeps just getting bigger and more exciting, and more people keep joining the community and bringing their own unique spin to it. So it's like constantly changing and improving, and it's very exciting. And I wonder what will happen next, because it does sometimes feel at the moment like it's quite a lot of pressure to be creative, to constantly come up with like the next creative challenge idea. And I wonder if that can keep going, or if we will kind of go full circle and go back more to the more like simple video ideas. I don't know, hopefully a bit of both. What is your favourite BookTube memory? Oh my goodness, I have so many favourite BookTube memories, but I know I already like gushed about Emma Tobias, but I just bloody love Emma Tobias. Probably when she came to stay with me one time and we filmed like 4 videos in a row, just getting drunker and drunker, and then we watched Practical Magic. That was really fun. That was the first summer that we spent together. The second summer we had the best time. That was one of my life memories, when she came last summer, and we didn't film any videos together then, I don't think. We just like went out drinking and had like one of the best nights of my life. Just going around London pubs being ridiculous with one of my other friends as well. So yeah, meeting her and all of the memories that has brought to my life. Oh my god, Emma, gag, I don't like you that much, chill out. And then also recently, like running the 1,000 Doors readathon, that was such a rewarding experience because so many people joined in. So that was really fun. If it was like quite stressful organising it all, it was worth it in the end. The next question, what is something that frustrates you about BookTube? That is an interesting question. I think things that frustrate me, I do sometimes get frustrated. It's not even so much on BookTube, it's more like on book Twitter, and on social media in general, that discussions can be quite unnuanced. Not all of them. I think social media can be amazing and it can spark some really, really interesting discussions. That's why I don't delete my Twitter. I like having it there. I like reading everyone's conversations. But I think it can be so easy, especially when you have limited space, to reduce a subject to a really black and white version of itself, and I do find that frustrating. I don't want to go too much into it here because I think I would run into the same problem of saying it in a really unnuanced way, and I don't want to accidentally do that because I think it's really complicated. I was talking to one of my friends about this the other day as well. We were saying, like, I feel like I disagree with both sides of the argument sometimes. Like, people who complain about cancel culture, I want to be like, oh my god, grow up, like, you are not being affected by cancel culture, you're a straight white guy, like, you're going to be fine. But then at the same time, when people jump on someone and say, like, let's cancel them, I also disagree with that. I don't like the concept of cancel culture, but I also don't think that people need to be wasting as much energy complaining about it as they currently are. I think the whole thing has become a bit ridiculous, and it's frustrating seeing people use social media to attack each other and not to learn from each other. That was a very short and unnuanced attempt at explaining that, but it's not something that I feel like I need to add my voice to as like doing a whole discussion video on it. I don't think that's appropriate. I don't think I'm the person whose voice is needed out there. But all I want to do is urge people to like pause a little bit and think before they join in with what everyone is saying, because sometimes people have jumped on something and they're actually missing the point, they're missing the finer arguments. But also, I've learned so much from social media. I've learned so much about how to be kinder and more considerate and more inclusive. So I think that side of things is great. I think calling out where we see people being exclusive or using like hurtful language, I think is great. That's really, really useful. I just think we should open our minds a little bit more and like slow down a little bit with our judgment and, you know, turn it on ourselves a little bit. I don't like the idea that people use social media to be like, that person did something bad, therefore we're cancelling them because they're bad compared to us who are good. I think we all are constantly getting things wrong and we all constantly need to be growing and improving. And if we punish people for getting things wrong, that is inherently failing to look at yourself, because you are saying, I would never make that mistake, therefore they need punishing, and then you're never going to grow because you're not looking at yourself that way. Anyway, I said I wasn't going to get into a whole discussion about it, so I'm not. Moving on, I will say on like a personal level, the things that I find frustrating about BookTube is some of the comments that I get. Most of the comments I get are lovely, but I do get frustrated when people leave. Sometimes it can be comments that they think are nice. I actually was going to do like a whole video roasting people's comments, but I'm a little scared to do it in case everybody hates me. But sometimes people leave comments that they like, I think are trying to be nice, but they'll be like, oh, this would have been cooler if you'd done that. And it's like, oh, thank you. I spent weeks of my life planning and executing this, and I'm exhausted from all of the work I put into it because I wanted you guys to like it, and all you can say is, this would have been cooler if you'd done X, Y, and Z. It's like you wouldn't go to someone's house and they make you dinner and you're like, oh, this would have been nicer if you'd added more salt. Like, it just feels rude. So I find those kind of comments quite frustrating. The final question is, what is your hope for the future of BookTube? That is a really nice question. I guess it kind of links to what I said for the last question. I hope that we all come together to continue educating ourselves, but in a more productive and inclusive way. I hope that the kind of conversations that are happening online continue to happen because they're great, and I hope we keep adding more voices and more perspectives to those discussions so that they don't get too like narrow-minded. I hope the BookTube becomes more diverse, both in terms of which books and authors are popular on BookTube, as well as which creators are popular on BookTube. I think we have a long way to go there, and I hope more people keep joining. I don't think anyone should ever feel put off that like it's too late to join, it's too late to be a new creator. I don't think that's true at all. Like I said at the beginning, there is room for all of you to join BookTube. So I hope that more and more people keep joining and changing BookTube into something better. So there you go. I'm a BookTube oldie, and those are my thoughts. Now it's time for me to retire. Just kidding. You ain't getting rid of me, bitch.
I love you better today than yesterday. Every day is gonna play out the same.